Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. Today I will read present perfect and present. 34. Put the verbs into the correct form. Present perfect simple, present perfect continuous, present simple, or present continuous. Sam is the captain of his local football team. He's talking to his brother Dave. Dave, I'm worried about the team. But why? You are won every game this season. Yeah. We have been very lucky. That is causing me problems now. How come? Well, we have been practicing twice a week since the beginning of this season, and doesn't really makes a difference. Now some of the guys say that's not necessary because we always win. The thing is, I'm afraid that if we don't practice so often, we may start losing matches. We are playing Donington on Saturday, and everyone agrees they are a really strong team. I'm worried because the trouble is we haven't practiced since Monday. I can see you have a problem. What can you do? I think the problem is really Callum. The big guy have been playing for you since last season? Yes, and he usually scores most of the goals. The trouble is, since the summer, he's been arriving for training really late, and now several of the other players in the team are beginning to do the same. When I try to talk to him, he refuses to listen to what I say. Well, you are the captain. Tell him he can play in the match against Donington if he doesn't listen to you. Okay, but I don't like to speak to people like that. What if he gets angry and leaves the team? I'm sure he won't. Yeah, well, I hope not. 37. Present perfect and past simple. I have been doing, and I did. Match the beginning of each sentence with the most suitable ending to make a story. The Ocean Hotel opened in 2018. There's been a sushi restaurant there since January. I went for a meal there. When I went there, I lost my coat last night. I found the restaurant half an hour ago. The manager asked me to wait for a few days in case it's found. That's why I feel cold all day. 38. Choose the correct alternative. My sister have been interested in medicine ever since she was a child. How long have you studied before you qualified? Where did you first meet your boyfriend? Is this the first time you have cooked dinner for the whole family? We wanted to go out last night, but we don't have any money. What can we do? I'm sure something has happened to Alex. We have been calling him for over an hour, and he still has no answer. We posted the contract to you 3 weeks ago. If you haven't received it yet, please email us immediately. I'm exhausted because I've been working in a restaurant for the past 3 weeks. I never realized before how hard the word is. 39. Complete the sentences with the verb from the box in the correct form, present perfect or past simple. Ben has been off work all this week. Gina went to the cinema every weekend when she was a student. Pippa has been very quiet recently. Is she okay? Eric trained every day for 6 months before he ran the marathon. How long has Nick had his current job? Has not phoned Tina. Has not told his parents since she left home. Oh, that hurts. I think I've broken my toe. Jack told me about his problem last night. I've forgotten Sue's address. Do you have it? Jane earned more money in her last job, but she enjoyed this one more. Did Mark give you his phone number before he left? My brother has offered to lend me his car tomorrow, so I did not get the bus. 40. Put the verb into the correct form. Present perfect simple or past simple. Read the whole text before you begin. Then and now. 30 years ago, only a few people realized how greatly technology was about to transform everyone's daily lives. These few decades have seen enormous changes in how people live, study, and work. Trips to the supermarket, which once took half the weekend, have been replaced with online ordering. Music lovers who once spent hours wandering around shops simply download the tracks they want to hear. Information which required hours of research in a library have become available to any in a few clicks on the keyboard. The spread of laptops and Wi-Fi has enabled students and business people to work almost anywhere at any time, and mobile phones have transformed the way people organize their lives. However, some people question how much our lives have improved over these years. Online banking, for example, has replaced the friendly bank clerk who knew your name with an impersonal website. Teachers complain that students have learned to copy and paste instead of thinking for themselves. There are fears that governments and companies haven't done enough to safeguard personal data stored online. Certainly, some of us may now be wondering whether modern technology has brought us as many problems as it has solved. 41. Alex wants to go to an arts college and is being interviewed by Tom Smith, one of the lecturers. Complete the questions which Tom asked him. Read the whole conversation before you begin. Right, Alex, let's find out something about you. When did you leave school? 5 years ago, actually. And what have you done since then? Well, I've had several jobs. What did you do first? I worked in a cafe for about a year. I needed to save a lot of money. Why did you need the money? I wanted to travel a bit before I started studying. Where did you want to go? Well, the Middle East, Latin America, Australia. Wow, have you been to all those places? No, not yet. I've been to Brazil and Peru so far, and I spent some months in Turkey. Where did you stay there? With some friends near Izmir. It was great. You are very lucky. And now you want to come to college. Have you got some work to show me? Yes, I've got some paintings here. Where did you paint this? Mostly in Turkey. Did you do anything in South America. No, I did not have time to paint and I was traveling light, so I just did some pencil sketches. They are behind the paintings. Well, Alex, I'm very impressed. When did you first become interested in painting and drawing? I think I always have been. I can't believe that this work is very good. Thank you very much. 42. Choose 10 of the pictures and write 2 sentences about yourself. Use the present perfect or past simple. I haven't ridden a bike since last month. Yesterday, I drove a car to work. In the past 6 months, I have studied English every day. Since my last birthday, I have gotten married. I have played computer games recently. Last year, I passed an exam. 6 months ago, I have broken my leg skiing. I have worn a hat since I was a child. I have ridden a motorbike yesterday evening. This week I have watched TV only once. 43. Choose the correct alternative. I thought you had liked to know what the conference was very successful. The talks were really interesting and all the speakers has prepared their material very thoroughly. Everyone agreed we should do the same next year. However, there were some problems with the conference center. When we arrived, we discovered that the manager has reserved the wrong room for us. This means that we did not have enough space. Unfortunately, he could not let us have the larger room because he had given it to another group, which was even bigger than us. He had also misunderstood the form explaining which lunch option we wanted. In fact, we suspected that he had lost it. I recommend not using the venue again. Best wishes, Nona. 44. There are mistakes in all of these sentences. Correct the sentences. I was pleased to see my friends from uni at the conference last week, as we did not see each other since graduation, as we had not seen each other. By the time we reached the stadium, the match ended and the spectators were leaving. The match had ended. At the end of the meal, he found he could not pay his share of the bill because he did not bring his wallet. He has not bought his wallet. We were pleased that Gary was having his laptop with him, but we were less pleased when we discovered that he had not charged the battery. When I came out of the cinema, I had found that a thief had taken my phone from my bag. At first, the authorities thought the athlete had been using drugs, but they soon realized the lab mixed up the test result. The lab had mixed up. When my cousin came into the room, I did not recognize him because I did not see him since he was a child. I had not seen him. We could not find any more central to stay when we arrived in Rome. So we had decided to book a hotel room the next time. 45. Complete the sentences with suitable verbs in the correct form. Past perfect simple or past perfect continuous. Why did Vicky have a shower? Because she has been working out. Why did not Becca call me last night? Because she has lost her phone. Why did not Jordan answer the door? Because he has been washing his hair. Why did not Simon arrive for his interview? Because he had had an accident. Why Did not Alex eat any lunch because he had already eaten lunch? Why did Cora miss the bus? Because she had been talking to a friend. Why did not Ellie go to the beach? Because she had been cleaning the house. Why did Chris lose his job? Because he had been stealing money. 46. Put the verb into the correct form: past simple, past continuous, past perfect simple, or past perfect continuous. Kelly has called to see her friend Gary. They are both angry. Kelly, I'm surprised to see you. Yeah, well, I think you owe me an explanation. What about you? I saw you in the cafe with your sister last night. We had arranged to meet at the cinema, if you remember. So why did not you come to the cafe if you saw me? I was extremely angry and also extremely cold. I had been waiting outside the cinema for 3/4 of an hour. But why did not you get my text? What text? The text I had sent to you yesterday afternoon and the one from the cafe yesterday evening. What are you talking about? I was walking past the cinema yesterday lunchtime when I noticed that they had changed with the movie, so I texted you to tell you. Then I sent you a message from the cafe to say where I was last night. I did not get any text from you yesterday. I tried to phone you, but there was no answer. What? Let me look at your phone. Yes, there's your call to me, but not my text. I haven't received any text or a call from you yesterday. Oh no, my phone was not working properly all last week, so I took it back to the shop. I thought they had mended it, but obviously not. I'm so sorry. I was angry. It is just that, well, while I was waiting, I was worrying about what had happened to you. Then I saw you in the cafe. You were laughing with your sister, and I realized that you had been sitting there in the warm with her all evening. That's why I lost my temper. Never mind, let's forget it. Where shall we go now? What's on at the cinema then? A new musical. My sister saw it at the weekend. She had been singing the theme song all day yesterday. Oh, you must be tired of hearing it. I am. Let's just go ahead and have something to eat. Shall we? Yes, that's a good idea. I think that's all. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.